I didn't flinch when he said it. We're replacing you with someone cheaper. Business? Nothing personal. He smiled like I was a loose cable, finally unplugged. I smiled back. Thanks for the notice. What he didn't know, I owned the patent on the software that kept his company breathing. Not the company, me. My name, my code. Filed 6 years ago, when the idea was still raw and mine alone. The next morning, their system shut down at 8:03 a.m. 15 minutes later, she turned pale. 35 minutes after that, the lawyers started circling like vultures smelling smoke. But it was already too late. We met over whiskey and code. I was 26, raw talent, fresh scars, and my sister was fresh in the hospital because of a botched insurance claim, the kind his cost-cutting policies made common. He offered me purpose, money, and that fake gleam of mentorship. I gave him a decade. Loyalty became routine. My back bent so his hands stayed clean. I missed holidays, sleep, my sister's graduation. She got her degree in engineering and never got to use it. 2 interviews, both with his company, both mysteriously canceled after I recommended her. HR said she wasn't a cultural fit. That was when the first thread frayed. The betrayal came quiet. New guy. Young, cheap, eager, shadowed me for weeks under the pretense of knowledge transfer. Asked too many questions, took notes like his life depended on it. Then the canceled meetings, the whispers, the sudden drop in direct emails from him, and the final meeting, the goodbye. No severance, no handshake. Just business. They underestimated me. Thought I'd fold. They forgot I build systems, not just software. That night, I poured a drink and pulled the folder from my safe. The patent papers, the access logs, the admin credentials, everything airtight. The software they'd built their logistics empire on? Mine from line 1 to launch day. They'd licensed it under internal assumption, never checked the original filing because I never made it public. I watched the terminal screen flicker as I entered the kill code. Not a virus, just a return to sender. It was elegant. She, the new COO, the one who called my sister overqualified, was the first to notice. The dashboard froze mid-refresh. Client inventories vanished. Shipment routing bricked. Warehouses stalled. They rebooted. Nothing. I left a message on the screen, request license key renewal. Contact owner. She turned pale. 15 minutes later, the boardroom was on fire. Figuratively, for now. The lawyer they called? I'd already spoken to him 3 weeks earlier. I showed him everything. Patent, source code, usage without license. He read in silence, then nodded. You understand what this means, right? I did. It meant leverage. It meant choice. It meant control. At 11:42 a.m., I got the call. He didn't say hello. You did this? His voice cracked beneath a layer of anger and fear. I wrote it, I said calmly. You just used it without paying. You're killing us. No, I replied. You did that the moment you thought cheaper meant better. He tried threats, then begged. I told him I'd meet him at 3:00 p.m. in the boardroom. I arrived early. He looked older, grayer, like someone had stolen his tomorrow. Good. I handed the documents to the board. Clear violations, legal exposure, millions in breach penalties. Then I told them the offer. Pay back every year of unauthorized use. 10 years plus damages in him, he steps down publicly, or they face a lawsuit that tanks their stock and credibility. He laughed, the kind of laugh people use when the noose feels tight. You're doing this for money, he spat. No, I said. I'm doing this for my sister. You didn't just fire me, you stole her future too. That shut him up. They signed. He left. The new guy, the one they replaced me with, watched me in stunned silence. I looked at him once. Get your own ideas, I said. It felt cold walking out. Not triumphant, just done, like finally setting a broken bone. I didn't burn the company down. I just reminded them who built the foundation and who could pull it out, brick by brick. Some people mistake silence for weakness, but I've learned the quietest rooms carry the sharpest echoes. And sometimes the best revenge is reminding them they were always disposable.